In this regional sales worksheet, we may need to change the order of worksheets. You can easily move worksheets, make copies of them, and sometimes need to regroup worksheets to perform changes on a whole series of sheets at the same time. In this worksheet, if we decided to move the Midwest sheet to the right of South, we just need to click and drag the sheet right. We may also want to create a summary sheet which looks like this. So we could copy data from one of these sheets onto sheet 1. An easier approach is to copy this worksheet by dragging it. By holding down the Control key and dragging the worksheet, a little plus appears in the icon. Then release the mouse and we've made a copy. There are two identical sheets now except for the name. We could easily change the name by double-clicking and changing it. You can also copy multiple sheets. So you can select multiple sheets, click the East sheet with the Shift key held down and click Pacific. Now if we drag the East sheet right whilst holding down the Control key, we'll make a copy. So let go of the mouse first and we made a copy of this. If there's unusual comments about names, just ignore those and click Yes. You may want to change the display at the bottom by putting the mouse in the place where there are 3 dots and click and drag right, and this expands the display of sheet names. It's possible to move multiple sheets at the same time too, and you can also copy the sheet into a brand new workbook. So we want to copy these so other people can also work with them. If you right-click the Sheet tab and choose Move or Copy, you can initially copy, then decide where you want to put it. Maybe into another open workbook or a new workbook, and click OK. So we've copied this to a brand new workbook called Book 1, and there are 2 workbooks open right now. We can use Control tabs to easily switch between them. So press that and return to the other workbook we're looking at. In order to make changes to a whole series of workbooks simultaneously, we can put them together in a group. So, if we want to change these 5 sheets, East, South, Midwest, Pacific and Summary, we can do so by inserting a new row above row 7. We can select multiple sheets by selecting the first or last sheet and holding down the Shift key. Once you've selected 2 or more sheets, you'll see the word Group appears in the title bar at the top of your screen. It's important to note that when these sheets are grouped, whenever a change is made on screen, it'll happen on all 5 sheets. I'll right-click row 7 and insert. We've made a change to the summary sheet, and that same change occurred on the other 4 sheets, and they're still regrouped too. So whilst grouped, if you change a number, it'll change it on all 5 sheets. You can make formatting changes or add data, and that'll appear on the sheets. In order to ungroup the sheets, either click one of the sheets which isn't part of the grouping, or right-click on the sheets here and ungroup them. At times you might want to make changes to 2 or 3 of the sheets, and they're not next to each other. So if you want to make changes to the South and Pacific sheets, then click the South sheet, then to select the Pacific sheet, hold down the Control key and click Pacific. Those 2 sheets are then grouped. We can see the word Group at the top of the screen. You wouldn't know it's grouped until you look at the bottom and see how the highlighting is done differently. So any change we make will only occur on South and Pacific, which are currently selected. I'll just make the column wider. Click on Midwest to ungroup, so the East sheet still has column A, which is narrower, and South is wider. We didn't change Midwest, but we did change Pacific. So a consecutive set of them using the Shift key so we can change them all.